What's up, everyone? Welcome back. If you've been following along, you already know we've been deep in the US-Iran crisis, the naval blockade, the Strait of Hormuz situation, all of it. But today, it's getting personal. Because this war isn't just playing out on military maps anymore. It's hitting your wallet every time you need to fill up your tank. The national average for a gallon of gas in the US hit $4.12 as of April 14th, its highest point since August 2022. And that's just the average. Some spots are way, way worse. Let's start with the headline that went viral. A Chevron station in downtown Los Angeles, on Alameda Street, started charging $8.21 a gallon for regular unleaded gas. A TikTok video showing that pump sign racked up over 3 million views in days, with people just absolutely losing it in the comments. One driver said he thought the sign was broken. He bought 1 gallon just to keep his car going and drove off in disbelief. And honestly, that reaction makes sense. Because just a month ago, the California statewide average was around $5, already painful, and the national average was closer to $2.92. Since the war in Iran kicked off, gas prices have gone up more than $1.16 per gallon nationwide in just a few weeks, with some weeks seeing jumps of 27 and 35 cents in a single week. Those are some of the largest single-week spikes in modern US history. Okay, so let's zoom out and talk about the root cause. The Strait of Hormuz, that narrow stretch of water between Iran and Oman, is basically the world's most important oil highway. About 20% of the entire global oil supply flows through it. When Iran effectively closed it off, it triggered what the International Energy Agency called, and I'm quoting directly here, the largest supply disruption in the history of the global oil market. Oil hit $112 per barrel by early April, and when crude goes up, gasoline goes up. It's that simple. The strait being shut doesn't just affect Iran. It disrupts Qatar's LNG exports, cuts off supply chains to Asian refineries, and sends shockwaves straight to every gas station in your neighborhood. Now, the Trump administration didn't just sit on its hands. In a move that made headlines globally, Trump ordered the release of 172 million barrels of crude oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. That's part of a coordinated 400 million barrel release agreed on by 32 IEA member nations, the largest emergency reserve release ever. Energy Secretary Chris Wright said it was authorized directly by Trump to push fuel prices lower. And then just weeks later, with WTI still above $112 per barrel, the DOE tapped another 10 million barrels from the reserve. Critics started warning this was draining a national security asset fast, and that leaving the SPR too low makes the US vulnerable if things escalate further. The US also temporarily lifted sanctions on some Russian and Iranian oil. Yes, you heard that right, just to try to ease market pressure and stop prices from going even higher. And it's not just your car. Jet fuel prices have nearly doubled since the start of the war. Airlines are responding exactly how you'd expect. Baggage fees are up, fuel surcharges are being added, and ticket prices are climbing. NPR reported that US Airlines, unlike many international carriers, hadn't done much hedging to lock in fuel costs, meaning they got caught off guard, and now they're passing every penny of that pain directly to you. Beyond fuel, the World Economic Forum listed 9 other commodities being hit by the Hormuz crisis: fertilizers, plastics, metals, things that affect the price of basically everything you buy. Here's the complicated answer, kind of, but not anytime soon. On April 17th, Iran declared the Strait of Hormuz completely open in line with the ceasefire, and oil prices dropped over 10% in under 2 hours. That was a huge relief. But here's the catch. The U.S. Energy Information Administration says full restoration of normal oil flows could take months, even after the conflict fully ends. The EIA forecasts a national gas average of around $4.05 for Q2 2026, so we're not going back to $2.92 anytime soon. And with Trump now extending the naval blockade indefinitely, energy analysts say uncertainty isn't going away. Oil prices are still hovering close to $100 a barrel because markets don't trust that stability is locked in yet. So here's where we're at. $8 gas in LA is real. It's not just about a greedy gas station. It's the result of a geopolitical crisis that shut down one of the world's most critical oil passages, triggered the largest energy supply shock in history, and sent shockwaves through every economy on the planet. And the people paying for it? Everyday drivers just trying to get to work. The big question now is, how long does this last? And when the dust settles, who's going to be held accountable? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If this video helped you understand what's actually going on, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp.